The Bible takes a clear stand in reference to men not only being leaders in society, but most importantly, leaders in the household. We all have our opinions of Kanye West, especially at this chaotic time in his life. However, in this video, I want to touch upon the latest news that has surfaced with him having to pay $200,000 monthly in child support for his 4 kids. Whether or not you think this amount is ridiculous or not is not the point, but whether Kanye should continue to be the servant leader for his kids in every way that he has the capacity to be. Before we get into the details of the settlement between Ye and Kim, let's dive into what the Bible actually says about men in reference to the household. The Bible is clear that God hates divorce. That can be found in Malachi 2:16. And that, if possible, a husband and wife should seek reconciliation and forgiveness before making the decision to end the marriage. However, God acknowledges that divorce will occur because we are all sinful human beings. The Bible does not mention the practice of paying child support, but it does address the importance of caring for one's family, especially children. From our unclear vantage point, we saw attempts from Ye and Kim to reconcile, but of course the two of them decided to go their separate ways and categorize the divorce as occurring due to irreconcilable differences. Kanye's sins have been on full display since he was ushered into stardom, and clearly his pride and ego has affected his decisions. Now, this is no slight to Ye because we all have fallen short of the glory of God, and that's why Jesus Christ came to the earth, died, and rose on the third day for all of our sins. While paying child support in the modern sense is not a direct command of the Bible, providing for one's family is clearly a godly imperative and God-honoring practice. Although this is the case, we all must abide by the law, and if not, we'll have to suffer the consequences of said law, even if we're in agreement with them or not. Romans 13, 1-7 speaks on submission to authorities, so let's check out the actual passage. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities. For others is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. For rulers are not a terror to good conduct, but to bad. Would you have no fear of the one who is in authority? Then do what is good, and you will receive his approval. For she is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain. For he is a servant of God, an avenger who carries out God's wrath on the wrongdoer. Therefore, one must be in subjection, not only to avoid God's wrath, but also for the sake of conscience. For because of this, you also pay taxes, for the authorities are ministers of God, attending to this very thing. Pay to all what is owed to them, taxes to whom taxes are owed, revenue to whom revenue is owed, respect to whom respect is owed, honor to whom honor is owed. So Kanye was ordered to pay Kim Kardashian $200,000 per month in child support in a divorce settlement. Issues around the division of property and custody of their children were resolved in court documents as well. The two parties should consult with each other on major decisions about their children's welfare, the documents state. Expenses for their children's security, school, and college will be shared. The $200,000 a month in child support was upheld because the children would spend the majority of the time with Kim. So what's your take on the latest antics by Ye, and particularly about the amount set forth by the court for child support? I know as someone who comes from the childhood of my father never paying child support, yet being ordered to pay child support certainly affected my life at that time. And of course, like the majority of us who were poor and depended on child support, we are not in the same stratosphere when it comes to monetary access as Ye's 4 kids. So please don't get things twisted. Having said this, I would love to hear from you. And also, if you have not, please check out a video I made in regards to Kanye's take on the Balenciaga scandal that occurred with them using BDSM dolls being held by children. Thanks again for your support in this video. Now, if you're struggling with any personal development issues, I need you to email me right now at lifecoachjscott@gmail.com to take advantage of your free 1-hour coaching session. Now, please like, subscribe, and be sure to turn on all notifications so you'll be informed when my next video drops. Thank you again, and please comment below on all of these things that I've just talked about. Thanks again, and always strive to remain set apart.